Is Elon Musk the next King Nimrod of the Bible? Well, to begin, who is Nimrod? His first appearance can be found in the book of Genesis, chapter number 10. But before I read this verse, it's important to know the pre and post context. Let us begin in Genesis chapter number 6. When man began to multiply on the face of the land and daughters were born to them, the sons of God saw that the daughters of man were attractive, and they took as their wives any they chose. Then the Lord said, My spirit shall not abide in man forever, for he is flesh. His days shall be 120 years. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God came to the daughters of man, and they bore children to them. These were the mighty men who were of old, the men of renown. The Lord saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every intention of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And the Lord regretted that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him to his heart. So the Lord said, I will blot out man whom I have created from the face of the land, man and animals and creeping things and birds of the heavens, for I am sorry that I have made them. But Noah found favor in the eyes of the Lord. So as we can see from this, the world was an extremely evil place. God said that every intention of every thought was pure evil continually. That's pretty evil. The Lord goes on to even say that it grieved him to his heart that he had made mankind. But this grievance sparked one of the greatest events in all of history, which is the global flood. Genesis chapter 7 says, Then the Lord said to Noah, Go into the ark, you and all your household, for I have seen that you are righteous before me in this generation. For in 7 days I will send rain on the earth, 40 days and 40 nights, and every living thing that I have made I will blot out from the face of the ground. And Noah did all that the Lord had commanded him. Finally, the floodwater subsides, and Noah is able to get off the ark along with all the living creatures that were on it. Now, right after this, the Bible ends up giving a very large genealogy of all the family members of Noah and where they went, the lands they went to, who they were, so we can better understand it through history. So Genesis 10:8 tells us, Cush fathered Nimrod. He was the first on earth to be a mighty man. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord. Therefore, it is said, like Nimrod, a mighty hunter before the Lord. A mighty hunter before the Lord. Okay, just keep that in mind. The beginning of his kingdom was Babel, and it goes on to say a bunch of other places that I cannot pronounce. So from this first mention, we can see that Cush was the father of Nimrod, and Cush was the grandson of Noah. We also see that Nimrod was a mighty hunter before the Lord. But what does it mean to be a mighty hunter or a mighty warrior before the Lord? I believe that this commentary says it best. Notice the word before, and he was a mighty hunter before the Lord. The word literally means face. He was a mighty hunter facing the Lord. The word before literally means that which turns. So according to the context, he was a mighty hunter against the Lord. You do not turn your back on your enemy. You face him and he faces you. So this tells us that Nimrod was against God, which before I did this research, I didn't even know that. So Nimrod was against God. He was facing the Lord in battle. Now the second thing that I didn't mention was the fact that the beginning of his kingdom was Babel or Babel, whichever one you want to call it. And all of the other cities and lands that he conquered, this was not God's will. God did not want him to conquer. He did not teach mankind to conquer land after land after land. And that is exactly what Nimrod did. But we also know that the Antichrist in the future will unify the nations under his dominion, aka conquer all of the land, conquer the whole earth. So does this mean that Satan tried to use people throughout history to become his faithful servant on the dark side? Maybe Satan wanted Nimrod to unify all the nations and become a global ruler so that Satan could enter him. I don't know. Maybe Satan wanted Emperor Nero, who was famous for slaughtering thousands, if not millions, of Christians. Or maybe Satan even wanted to use Hitler, the one who killed millions of Jews and tried to create his own human race. So this leads me to my initial question. Who is the next Nimrod? Could it be Elon Musk, since he is creating all of these sci-fi fantasy-like inventions? Just listen to some of these. He's created a rocket, also known as SpaceX, that launches and lands on its own. He's created underground tunnels that can triple the speed of travel above ground, and he's even created one of the world's most complex electrical vehicles that can do anything a gasoline-powered vehicle can do, if not more. You might ask, why is this such a bad thing? What does this have to do with Nimrod? It's not that it's necessarily a bad thing, but with all of these inventions and with all this influence, what is his end goal? I mean, he's on the verge of creating a microchip known as Neuralink that gives you the power to increase in brain function, memory storage, and much, much more. Just check this out. His latest passion project is Neuralink, a company that is developing a brain implant that will link the human brain directly to computers. He claims that the brain-computer interface will enable humans to carry out actions through thought alone. That's insane. One of Musk's first goals is helping paraplegics regain their independence, which that's an awesome thing. But it doesn't stop there. The company's technology, Musk hopes, will one day not only treat but cure brain disorders and even save memories so that people can revisit them like photo albums. Have you guys ever seen Black Mirror on Netflix? Go check that out. But here are 4 things that Elon Musk hopes to do with Neuralink. Neuralink's brain implant will, 1, save us from AI annihilation. He believes that AI and computers are getting too powerful and that they will eventually turn on us and destroy the human race from the planet. Number 2, he believes that the brain-computer interface will restore mobility for people with spinal cord injuries. Number 3, the brain chip will give superhuman abilities to able-bodied people. This is where I think it starts getting really crazy. And number 4, they will be able to insert this brain chip in less than an hour without general anesthesia. So could this Neuralink be the future mark of the beast? I know that's a stretch, but come on now. This is the kind of stuff that you would see in movies. And let's not forget the fact that Elon Musk wants to go to Mars. What does that have in common with the Tower of Babel? The Tower of Babel reached to the heavens. Elon Musk wants to put a human civilization on another planet that's millions of miles away. I mean, these are directly correlated. So, with this being said, please share your thoughts. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and like and subscribe. Peace out.